Hello, I just watched Only Angels Have Wings, a 1939 adventure drama Howard Hawks movie, which stars Cary Grant and Jean Arthur, because I'm still on my Jean Arthur kick, and all these films were run on TCM because she is the through line through them. This is not so much a Cary Grant Jean Arthur movie, or at least it's kind of weirdly bookended with their particular thing of him as a fly by your seat pilot and her as it says sassy showgirl, but really she's like an entertainer, showbiz gal who has come from Brooklyn to maybe get a job in Panama and is stopped off at this Baracus, which is a seems to be a main thing is it's flying the mail out. And yes, Cary Grant runs and also flies this service of flying planes. But really, it's weirdly not so much their story. They have a bit where like he's like, oh, I just lived too dangerous of a life, darling, and it's like, you'll just be driven crazy. I had a woman once, and she got driven by crazy by it. I came back and I expected her to fall in my arms, and she told me she wished I died because she'd just be better if you were dead, then she wouldn't have to worry so much. And she's like, oh, and there's that. But then we go from that to a whole plot with Kid. David, is it David Mitchell? He was a fellow who was in like a bunch of movies, kind of, in High Noon. He was in another couple of a character actor, and a Barthelmess, this silent film guy who had been really a big star in silent films and had lost his boyish good looks and was now playing kind of character roles. And this is like one of his last notable character roles, where he's a disgraced pilot who bailed out on the kid's brother, and the kid's brother crashed and died. And you know, there's a whole plot with them which gets well summed up. It's weird. It kind of meanders from like, oh, we were Cary Grant and Jean Arthur, and Jean Arthur is being, Jean Arthur. There's a scene of her like, kind of taking up playing the piano that she does with such vim and vigor. It's like awesome. She's kind of a little bit on the dramatic. Oh, I'm just in love with you, but I can't help it. I can't help it. It's like, oh, so dramatic. And Cary Grant is playing kind of another variation on his suave fucking bastard roles. If there's ever a thing for like kind of a slightly kind of just toxic, he's bad for you kind of vibe of these loners who brood and just he's bad for you. Just walk away, walk away. And into this you have the other woman suddenly make her dramatic appearance, and it really is an appearance. And the second you see her, you go, "Holy shit!" And then you go, "Oh, holy shit!" It's Rita Hayworth in her debut performance, and she's of course the woman that that Cary Grant dumped, or she dumped Cary Grant. Um, and it's like she's so young. It's like she must have been like 12 when they were together the first time. But yeah, I guess you just take that because she's a complete, sex bomb, riveting performance in her own way. Not as riveting to me as Jean Arthur, but there's a va 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 voom with Rita Hayworth, which is understandable. It's yeah, just an odd movie in that it kind of hops from one thing to another. We do finally get back to Cary Grant and Jean Arthur, and they are extremely good. They are extremely good together, and they bop. And I think they're going to do a couple more movies. She has just got such a pop that actually works really well with Cary Grant, who's also got that kind of sprightly way of talking, and they're good. They can sometimes sell some stuff that's kind of you look at nowadays and you go, oh God. You also laugh along with them, and you kind of groan, and you also just go, oh fuck, these are two movie stars. Go ahead, do whatever you want, kind of thing. Um, so yeah, an odd movie. It's not really a full movie focusing on one person. It kind of hops from one to another to another. Like Howard Hawks seems to be just maybe more interested in this world. There's lots of exciting airplane footage. Apparently, this is a favored movie about enthusiasts about the kind of the golden age of aviation. Definitely of guys flying small aircraft for like to get the mail through and stuff. Kind of that kind of romance of like I can see that like this being like bush pilots anywhere else, or fighting fires, because I think of Spielberg's movie. What's it called? I can't remember what the movie is called with John Goodman, Richard Dreyfuss, and Holly Hunter. When smoke gets in your eyes. I can't remember. I think it's got Audrey Hepburn's final performance in it as an angel. It's like it's very much they're recalling a movie of this era, and they definitely get that. Yeah, yeah. This is just before the United States gets into the war, so I know that Barthelmess, he goes into the war and then he retires afterwards. And apparently he had, and you can see it in the film. He's got like little, his eye under his eyes looks odd, and what it is, it's a botched plastic surgery job that left him with kind of like X mark scars underneath both of his eyes. So it's like, yeah, he was really trying to stay in the business, but yeah, just did not, didn't, didn't, didn't do it. But you can tell by actually looking at his eyes, like, oh, this is a guy who, like, especially younger, would have looked amazing in the silent films. And I mean, he worked with like D.W. Griffith, back in the day, and Lillian Gish, so he was big back then. He actually acquits himself quite well in this kind of silent, kind of grim part as a pilot who seems to have bailed out and abandoned his mechanic, left him to die in a plane crash, and yeah, yeah, it's interesting, kind of a jumble of a film. It's definitely, looking at the production history, it's like Hawks and his writer, they were writing it during the production of it, and it's kind of got that slightly patched together feel to it. Like, I mean, I guess that's what they talk about Hollywood movies of the time. They were on conveyor belts, and you just kept on working on them, and some of them came out amazing, and other ones, as long as they came out workable, that was fine too. And this is definitely workable, and I mean, yeah, this is why you get amazing stars to be in your movies, because that carries things along great, and great cinematography, um, and just, yeah, snappy for performers on all levels. All right, I will leave it there. Only angels have wings. More videos later.